Good morning, guys. So let's talk about the trade that we had yesterday in Bank Nifty. So as always, as you can see, we have marked the previous day high with this red line, previous day low with this red line, and this black line is previous week low. All right. So you then wait for the market to start. So as we spoke yesterday about gap up and gap down, today, as you guys can see, the market has gapped up. Okay, it opened around 44,700. That is clearly above previous day high. Okay, so the sentiments for me, or my prediction for me, is that okay, the market is open above previous day high, so the sentiment should be positive for the day. But we would immediately not get into a trade. We would wait for some kind of price action to form to give us confirmation to get into trade. All right. So market opens over here, as you guys can see, tries to go up, comes down, and at around 921 it breaks the previous day high and it closes below. All right, it closes below. So now here the sentiments is still positive, but with caution. All right, I would not straight away get into a sell trade here also, because the market has to give us an indication, has to make some kind of a price action for us to get into a sell trade. All right, again the 922 candle, you can see the market is again pretty decent sized candle, again went up, closed above previous day high. Okay, so over here the sentiment is a little confusing now. The market is trying to decide where it wants to go. There is a fight happening between sellers and buyers over here. Okay, so there is no clear indication. There's a big seller sitting somewhere over here, and there's some big buyer sitting somewhere over here. He wants to push the price down, this bloke wants to push the price back up. Okay, so there's a fight happening over here, and you can see after the 922 for a good 4-5 minutes there is a fight happening. There's a constant pressure from top, but there's a constant support over here at previous day high. That's why previous day high, low, week high, low, month high, low are very, very, very important levels. You can see the fight happening over here. Okay, clearly you can see the price is trying to go below this red line, but it's some kind of pressure is coming in and it's holding on to this price. Eventually at 928 it breaks. Okay, now before this happens, at 920 when the price comes down, at 922 price again goes up, makes a higher high. So there's an interim low that has been created over here. Now for me to go short, or rather for me to take a short trade or to consider a short trade, this low has to be broken first before I can think of going short. And that's exactly what happened at 928. So once this happens at 928, price again comes back below previous day high and it closes below this interim low. All right, so there's a break of structure that is happening over here. Okay, let me just mark it so that there is no confusion. Yes, let's just name it boss. All right, so there's a big break of structure that has happened over here. Once this candle breaks and closes below this interim low, once this happens, we mark this as our order block. OP, and we wait for price to come to this level and get rejected. And unfortunately price did come up, but it didn't all the way come up till our red zone over here, and it fell down. And there's a good fall. If you can see, it's around 650 levels. It came all the way down to 500 points, and we missed this 100 points. I didn't mention this in our Telegram channel, but that's okay. That's what trading is all about, right? So once this happened, you notice there's another structure that was formed over here, another low. Correct, because price broke the structure, came down again, made a higher high. This is another low that is being formed over here. Once this happens, this was broken at 937, so there was another order block that was created over here. Okay, so ideally speaking, price should come, go up, touch this, and again come down. Again, unfortunately, as you can see, the price did come up, it nearly touched this level and again fell down. Okay, so this didn't work out for us the way we had predicted. Correct. So there's now, see, the price came up over here, it nearly touched our second order block, comes down, creates another low at this level, another interim low, this gets broken over here. So I had asked you guys to place another sell request because there was another order block that had been created over here. So at around what time was that? At around 10 o'clock is when I had asked you guys to take a short position over here. Exactly, yeah. So it did come up, hit this, come down, but then it broke immediately. And I told you guys to cut our losses. We had around 35 points loss on this, as far as I remember. Correct? So until over here, I guess we made around 75 point losses, and I told you guys, let's square a loss and let's see what we can do next. Okay, now price from here, price climbs up. Now you got to understand why price climbed up from here. Okay, see this black line, this is low from previous week. Let me get that thing if I have marked it somewhere here. See here, weekly low. This black line here is the weekly low. All right, so we have to give a lot of importance to this line, and you can see how beautifully price has respected this all the way till here. Price came down, see, just couldn't break this. You can see this long wicks, basic pressure coming in over here. New buys are coming and pushing the price up. All right, so ideally I should have waited for price to break below this, create a structure, create some kind of a price action, and then taken a short position. But then, and I was too, I mean, unfortunately I didn't do that. I was too eager to get into a short position here itself, and I paid the price for it. Okay, so next what happened? Now price climbed up from previous week low. Okay, and it went and closed above this red line, which is the previous day high. Fair enough, you guys understood till here. Okay, so once price closed above previous day high with a good large candle, okay, and you see it close at its high itself. If you notice over here, the high is 44,684 and the close is exactly 44,684.24. All right, so it's a good strong candle. Once this candle will form, I waited for this candle, a 1008 candle to form, to make sure that it's not coming back into previous day high. I marked this level, okay, and this is a fair value gap. Okay, this is a fair value gap which was formed, and I told you guys also to take a position at this level. I guess at around 10:09 is when I asked you guys to take a position, when this around this candle. So price did come into a fair value gap. We took a position over here at around, I think so, at around 665, 670 is where I took my position. Okay, and it went up all the way to 756. So we made around 60-70 points here also, as far as I remember. I told you guys to to sell half of your positions and hold the rest half. Okay, and bring the SL to cost. And as soon as we got a 60-70 points, the market again came back down. It crashed below previous day low, hitting a trailing stop loss, and it went further down. All right, so this is a huge candle. This candle that was formed at 1024 is a huge candle. So how many candles it took from here to to make the day's high. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 candles it took to reach till here, and one candle wiped out all of them. Okay, so this is a huge candle. There's a huge seller sitting over here who's pushed the price down. Right? So we made 70 points, half of a position, the rest half the trailing stop loss was taken. Market came down. Okay, it went back up, and it again closed, tried to go towards the weekly low. Okay, somewhere around this level is when I told you guys to take another short position, as far as I remember, if my memory serves me correct. At around 10:48 is when I asked you to take a short position at this level. Reason being that, see, the market came down, made a high, it again came down, made a high, it again came down, again made a high. Correct? Now, this level over here, if you mark the chart, this level over here is another low which was breached by this candle. Okay, and as and when this happened, this becomes your order block. Just we waited for the candle to come, hit our level, and it went down again. Okay, so we made some money in this trade too. Okay, and then there's another trade that we took. Let me just remind you, at around 11:14 also is when I asked you guys to take another sell trade. If you guys missed this one over here, is when the market broke previous week's low, such a huge candle. There was a fair value gap that was created over here. This is one. Okay, this is one fair value gap, FVG, that was created over here. But at the same time, this interim low that was created got broken at 11:12. Once this was created, there was a OB, an order block created over here. This blue rectangle is the order block, and as far as I remember, I told you guys to around 11:14 again to take this trade. All right, so this order block was created. We made it around 50 points, I guess, around over here also. Yeah, around over 50 points. We covered the loss in this trade, all our losses in this trade, and you can see the market went up, hit this fair value gap, came down, kept hitting this order block. When one could take multiple short entries again over here. Okay, and it eventually came down. Okay, so this was the logic behind the trades that I took yesterday, the trades that I asked you guys to take yesterday too. So if you guys have any further doubts regarding why we took this trade, how we took this trade, the logic behind it, you need any more clarifications, do drop me a line. uh, I was speaking to a few fellow traders yesterday in a group, and people were, telling me that, they took a couple of trades initially and they went wrong, and they came under pressure and they took few more other trades, as we call revenge trades, and lost a lot of money. See, there's nothing called pressure when it comes to trading. You know, uh, pressure is, how do I say it? Pressure is basically is for someone, who's lost their job and has their house EMIs to be filled. Someone who's lost their job has to pay his kids' tuition fees, someone who's lost their kidneys and needs a new one but has no idea how to get one, how to pay for it. That's pressure. What we all do is just trading. You cannot associate trading with pressure. I mean, I feel whenever you associate yourself while trading that you are coming under pressure, you should shut down your system and move away. Because under pressure, you don't take right decisions. But you got to enjoy the work that you're doing. Okay, people use this term pressure very loosely. All right, pressure has nothing to do with trading. It has no place in trading. Okay, try to lose this word from your vocabulary, at least when it comes to trading. That's all I can tell you guys. Uh, Concentrate on the processes. Try to keep your system simple. All right. Try to keep it clutter free. Clutter free. The reason you're seeing so many rectangles is that I've just showed you guys. You know how it is. I generally don't draw these rectangles because I've kind of got used to it, where exactly I feel the resistance or supports are. But I've drawn this just to show you fellows. So try to keep your chart clutter free. Try to keep it indicators free, and trust me, you'll do well. The more simple you make your system, the more correct you're going to be. Don't worry about how much profit you make, because if you try to concentrate on how much profit you're going to make, you're going to lose your vision to your goal. Your goal is not to make huge money. Your goal is to be more times right than wrong. See, in trading, you are going to be wrong. Like yesterday, I was wrong. Initial two times, I was wrong. Right? So you are going to be wrong. I don't care who you are. You are going to be wrong. But at the end of the month, our rights should be more than our wrongs. At the end of the month, our PNL should be in green. That is what you need to concentrate. Most of us trade our PNL. While we put in a trade, we are looking at our profit and loss to see, oh my God, are we in the green now? Are we in the red now? We are not concentrating on what exactly is happening on the chart. You need to concentrate on the chart. You need to concentrate on the price. You need to read the price. You need to understand what the price is telling you. You concentrate on the price. You give the respect to the price. Trust me, your account is going to be on green. Don't try to look at your profit and loss while you're trading. You can look at that at the end of the day, right? So yeah, too much of gyan early in the morning. That's all I have to speak to you guys. Get in touch if you guys want to talk about anything about trading. Cheers.